You're watching Sodcast. Today, we're tackling one of the most persistent challenges in lawn care, weeds, which are part of the 4 major pest problems homeowners face: diseases, weeds, insect pests, and vertebrates. In this engaging session, your personal turfgrass consultant and host, Kevin Mercer, will guide you through the essentials of identifying and managing both broadleaf and grassy weeds. You'll learn effective strategies to eradicate existing weeds and prevent new ones from germinating and taking over your lawn. So let's dive in and start planning your path to a healthier, weed-free lawn from a lawn program you can do year after year. Kevin, take it away.
Thank you, Ava. So, just like she said, this session is all about lawn weeds. But what exactly is a weed? A lawn weed is any unwanted plant that grows in your lawn and competes for sunlight, water, and nutrients. I remember when I was a kid, I helped out my grandfather with maintaining his lawn in the mid-1970s. He always had white clover in his grass seed mix and also loved having it in his yard. He always said to me, "Kevin, this clover helps keep the lawn green by putting nitrogen back into the soil." Standards have changed over the past 40-plus years. And while some plants like clover that were once welcome are often considered by today's standards undesirable because they disrupt the uniform look of a beautiful manicured lawn and can also weaken turf grass health and its function. Weeds fall into 2 main categories: broadleaf weeds like dandelions, white clover, plantain, chickweed, and black medic, and grassy weeds like crabgrass, goosegrass, annual bluegrass, quackgrass, and nutsage. Some are annuals, completing their life cycle in one season, while others are perennials, returning year after year. In the end, a weed is simply a plant growing where it's not wanted, and if it's interfered with your lawn's health or appearance, it's time to take action. There are many herbicides available to control weeds, but knowing what you're targeting is key to choosing the right solution. Before we dive into the types of grassy and broadleaf weeds and eradication, it is important to understand how weeds' life cycles work in your lawn. Knowing whether a weed is an annual, biennial, or perennial helps you choose the right product and apply at the right time for the best results. Annual weeds only live for one growing season. They sprout from seed, grow, flower, produce more seeds, and die, all in the same year. There are 2 types. Some are annuals, like crabgrass, germinate in spring, grow through summer, and die in fall. Winter annuals like chickweed germinate in fall, survive winter, and die in late spring. These are best controlled with pre-emergent herbicides applied before they sprout. Biennial weeds take 2 years to complete their life cycle. In the first year, they grow leaves and roots. In the second year, they flower, produce seeds, and die. Examples include wild carrot, bull thistle, and garlic mustard. These are best managed with post-emergent herbicides during their vegetative stage in their first year of growing, before they produce seed in the second year. Perennial weeds, like broadleaf weeds like dandelion, and grassy weeds like quackgrass, come back year after year. They survive winter by storing energy in their roots, rhizomes, or tubers and regrow each spring. These are tougher control and often require targeted post-emergent herbicides and sometimes multiple treatments. Understanding these life cycles helps you time your weed control efforts more effectively, using pre-emergence in early spring for annuals and post-emergence later in the season for biennials and perennials. This leads to better weed suppression, fewer chemicals used, and a healthier, more resilient lawn. When it comes to weed control and turf grass management, understanding root systems is just as important as knowing what's growing above ground. There are 2 main types of root systems: taproots and fibrous roots. Taproots are deep, central roots that anchor the plant and reach far down into the soil for water and nutrients. They're common in dicots, which are plants with 2 seed leaves, broadleaf weeds like dandelions, clover, and plantain. These weeds are tough to pull because even a small piece of the root left behind can regenerate. On the other hand, fibrous roots form a dense, shallow network that spreads horizontally near the soil surface. These are typical of monocots, like Kentucky bluegrass, tall fescue, and Bermuda grass. Fibrous roots are great for erosion control and quick nutrient uptake, but they don't dig deep like taproots. So why does this matter? Monocots and dicots respond differently to herbicides. Most selective herbicides are designed to target dicots, your broadleaf weeds, without harming your monocot turfgrass. But if you're dealing with grassy weeds like crabgrass or goosegrass, which are also monocots, you'll need a product that's safe for your lawn, but tough on those unwanted guests. Taproot weeds often require post-emergent herbicides or deep manual removal, while fibrous-rooted weeds are easier to prevent with pre-emergence herbicides. Now that you have a basic understanding of weeds' life cycle and how they live by being annuals, biennials, and perennials, and how understanding those cycles is key to winning the war against unwanted guests. Now it's time to build your seasonal weed control plan, using both pre-emergent and post-emergent strategies for year-round success. Let's start with the why. Weeds aren't just unsightly, they're competitors. They fight your lawn for sunlight, water, nutrients, and space. That means less photosynthesis for turfgrass respiration, which is vital for a healthy lawn. This leads to poor root development and increased stress on your turf. Grassy weeds are especially sneaky. They blend in during their infant stage, and by the time they reach maturity, it's often too late. They take over your lawn, acting like bullies. Once grassy weeds mature, like crabgrass, goosegrass, and annual bluegrass produce thousands of seeds that spread through wind, water, foot traffic, lawn equipment, and even pets. These seeds settle into soil and form a seed bank, lying dormant until conditions are right for germination. Even if you remove mature plants, their seeds can sprout in future seasons, causing recurring infestations. Grassy weeds are opportunistic. They germinate quickly when soil temperatures are ideal, often much earlier than turfgrass, and take advantage of bare spots, compacted soil, or thin turf to establish themselves. Once mature, they compete aggressively for sunlight, water, and nutrients. Their rapid growth and spreading habit can shade out turfgrass, reduce photosynthesis, and weaken a lawn's root system, leading to more bare spots and further weed invasion. While mowing can help control some broadleaf weeds by mechanical means, many grassy weeds grow low to ground or have growth habits that allow them to survive mowing. For example, goosegrass forms a flat, wagon wheel shape that avoids mower blades, and annual bluegrass produces seed heads even when mowed short. Let's dive into grassy weeds and how to identify them. Crabgrass is a summer annual that thrives in bare, sunny spots and germinates when soil temperatures hit 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Its wide, flat blades and crab-like spread make it easy to spot once established. Goosegrass, another summer annual, prefers compacted soils and grows in a wagon wheel pattern with a whitish base. Then there's annual bluegrass, a winter annual that germinates in fall and flowers in spring. It's light green with boat-shaped leaf tips and produces seed heads even when mowed low. Quackgrass is a cool season perennial with rough, wide leaves and clasping auricles at the base. It spreads through underground rhizomes and is notoriously tough to eliminate. Finally, Dallas grass is a coarse-textured perennial that forms thick clumps and tall seed stalks. It's common in warm-season lawns and spreads aggressively by both seed and rhizomes. Knowing what you're up against is the first step in building a solid weed control strategy. When it comes to broadleaf weeds, these guys are easy to spot. They have wide leaves, visible veins, and often bright flowers that scream, "I don't belong here." I call them lawn squatters because they love living rent-free. And once they reach maturity and flower, they'll seed your lawn and invite all their friends to join the party. Let's break down a few common offenders. Dandelions have bright yellow flowers, deep taproots, and a stubborn attitude. They regrow from root fragments and spread by seed. White clover is low-growing with 3-leaf clusters and white flowers. It's a nitrogen fixer, which sounds great until it takes over your lawn. Chickweed is a winter annual with star-shaped flowers and sprawling stems that thrive in cool, moist spots. Plantain forms flat, rosette-shaped leaves and thrives in compacted soil. Spurge is a summer annual with reddish stems and milky sap. It hugs the ground and spreads fast. Oxalis has heart-shaped leaves and yellow flowers. It looks like clover, but spreads even faster. Now that we've identified the enemy, let's talk tactics. Springtime is pre-emergent time. This is your first line of defense. Target summer annuals like crabgrass and goosegrass before they germinate. Here's a pro tip. Watch for forsythia to bloom as a natural timing cue, or for more precision, check your local Growing Degree Days app online from a Michigan State University website at gddtracker.msu.edu. This will help you with the timing of your pre-emergent application perfectly. I want to emphasize that I'm not paid or endorsed to recommend any products in this training video. Everything I share is based on my professional experience and offered to you, the homeowner, in my professional opinion. When it comes to pre-emergent weed control, here are some top-rated products you can easily find online through Amazon. Scott's Halt's Crabgrass and Grassy Weed Preventer, the Anderson's Barricade, QualiPro Prodiamine 65 WDG, and Dimension 2 EW. These products create a protective barrier in the soil that prevents weed seeds from sprouting. Just remember, don't aerate your lawn after applying pre-emergence, or you'll break that barrier and reduce the chemical effectiveness. If broadleaf weeds like dandelions and clover show up after your pre-emergent application, don't worry. You can follow up with post-emergent herbicides such as Ortho Weed Clear Lawn Weed Killer Concentrate, Triad QC Select, Speed Zone EW Lawn Weed Killer, or Atticus Toro City Herbicide. And if you still have quackgrass showing its ugly head, I recommend a spot treatment plan using Roundup. Now, your last pre-emergent application for the year should be for annual bluegrass and chickweed, which germinates in cooler weather. Apply a fall pre-emergent in late summer or early fall to stop them before they start. With my top picks Barricade, QualiPro Prodiamine 65 WDG, and Dimension 2 EW. But the most important thing to remember is this: healthy turf is your best defense. Fertilization is key, so be sure to check out my Sodcast AI Homeowners Guide video for everything you need to know about lawn fertilizers. Also, another tip I would like to share is to mow your lawn at 4 inches to shade out weeds and reduce competition for sunlight. Weed control isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a year-round commitment. With the right plan and persistence, you'll keep your lawn looking sharp and be the envy of the neighborhood. I'm always happy to help you with any questions on this training video or any other videos that I have on YouTube. You can reach me at my email sodcast@mail.com. Again, that's sodcast@mail.com. My final tip is, before applying any herbicide, always wear your personal protective equipment. Gloves, goggles, long sleeves, and a mask help protect you from chemical exposure. Read and follow the labels of the product, and ensure your loved ones and pets are safe before entering the areas you treated. Follow a basic IPM, Integrated Pest Management, program. Here are some examples. Identify the weed species. Monitor infestation levels. Use cultural, mechanical, and biological controls first. Apply herbicides only when necessary and according to label instructions. One more thing. Make sure you have the right equipment for your herbicide applications, like a pull-behind spreader or sprayer that you can use with your lawn tractor. One more professional tip is when using a sprayer, applying herbicides, put some blue dye in the tank to know where you have already sprayed to avoid burns from overlapping areas you have already sprayed. I know your time is valuable, so thanks for tuning in and listening. We talk turf, you grow the results.
Thanks again for watching. Kevin is deeply passionate about helping homeowners and grounds professionals unlock the full potential of their lawns, whether it's for recreation or to become the standout showpiece in your neighborhood. He takes pride in being your personal turfgrass consultant, guiding you through every step of your lawn care journey. From weed control to soil health, Kevin is here to help you achieve lasting results. See you next time on the Sodcast training series. And remember, we talk turf and you grow the results.